There's a reason why your life has never been easy. And it's not because the universe forgot you. It's because you were chosen. Chosen to walk the path of Capricorn, the oldest soul of the Zodiac, the guardian of time, and the one who climbs not for glory, but for eternity. Pause. Let the words sink in. From the outside, people see your discipline, your resilience, your unshakable will. They think Capricorn is just about ambition, about success, about control. But that's the lie. The truth is far older, far deeper, and far more sacred than any horoscope has ever told you. Capricorn isn't here to impress. Capricorn is here to initiate. Into what? Into the forgotten mysteries of the soul. Into the hidden powers that awaken only through burden, silence, and sacred pressure. You see, what others call obstacles, Capricorn recognizes as activation codes. What others flee from, Capricorn endures. And what others call failure, Capricorn transforms into legacy. Because this isn't just a sign. It's a soul contract. A divine agreement forged across lifetimes, through ancient gates long buried by modern noise, gates that are now opening again. And you can feel it, can't you? Something inside you stirring. A weight returning not to crush you, but to remind you. You were born for this moment. You've carried these 20 divine powers in your soul all along. And now, they're awakening. In this video, we're not going to give you a list of traits. We're going to peel back the veil. We're going to remember what the ancients knew. That Capricorn is not just a sign. It's the threshold between the mortal and the divine. And to cross that threshold, to ascend the sacred mountain, you must reclaim what has always been yours. The 20 divine powers hidden in your soul. And by the end of this journey, you'll see why your pain was sacred, your delays were protection. And why your soul never gave up, even when everything else did. Because you, Capricorn, were never climbing for the world to see. You were climbing for your soul to remember. Part 1. The 5 foundation powers of Capricorn forged in sacred silence. Narration tone, calm, deep, like the sound of ancient truths returning. Before Capricorn builds empires. Before Capricorn holds power. Before Capricorn transforms destiny. It must first survive the silence. These are not powers learned from books, or earned from applause. They are forged when no one is watching. In the cold. In the climb. In the isolation. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like you were being tested not just by life, but by something higher? If so, you're not imagining it. You were being prepared. The first 5 powers of Capricorn are the foundation. Without them, the mountain would break you. But with them, you become unstoppable. Let's begin. Talent 1. Patience as divine timing. The world tells you to move fast, to chase, to hustle. But Capricorn waits. Not because it's slow, not because it's lazy, but because it hears something others don't. The rhythm of divine timing. You don't plant a seed and demand fruit the next day. Capricorn understands this. It knows that every moment of delay is part of a sacred unfolding. That the summit can't be reached before its time. In a world addicted to urgency, Capricorn becomes a master of alignment. Not late. Not early. Right on cosmic time. Life lesson. Sometimes your no today is protecting your yes tomorrow. Don't rush destiny, it's already tracking you. Talent 2. Endurance under pressure. Other signs shine in ease. Capricorn shines in storms. Capricorn was never meant to coast. It was meant to carry. Think of a mountain. Unmoved by centuries of wind, snow, erosion. Still standing. That's the soul of Capricorn. You can pressure a Capricorn, but you can't break one. When others fall apart, Capricorn endures. This isn't just willpower. It's spiritual muscle, built lifetime after lifetime. The ancients said, endurance is the soul's shield. And Capricorn was given the strongest one. Real story. LeBron James, a Capricorn, played through injuries, pressure, and criticism for decades. Not because he had to, but because he was built to endure when others would collapse. Talent 3. Sacred responsibility. Capricorn often feels like they've been carrying the world since childhood. It's not in your head. It's in your blueprint. Responsibility isn't a burden for Capricorn. It's a calling. It's the soul saying, I'll carry this, so others don't have to. This is why so many Capricorns become caretakers, mentors, providers, even when no one asks them to. Not because it's easy, but because they were designed to be pillars. Responsibility is the price of greatness. Capricorn paid early. Life lesson: you're not cursed with pressure. You're trusted with power. Talent 4, unshakable focus. In a world full of noise, Capricorn finds silence. And in that silence, it finds purpose. When a Capricorn chooses a goal, it's like locking onto destiny itself. Others get distracted. Capricorn drills down. They don't multitask dreams. They master one. Focus is the new superpower, and Capricorn holds the blueprint. It's why they can build businesses, finish what others abandon, and turn slow starts into stunning finishes. Example: Jeff Bezos, Capricorn, quietly built Amazon from a garage. Not fast, not flashy, but with focus that rewired global commerce. Life lesson: stop explaining your focus. Most people can't handle clarity. Talent 5, wisdom in solitude. Capricorn walks alone not because it's unloved, but because it's being downloaded. There's something sacred about Capricorn's solitude. It's where the noise fades, and the soul begins to speak. Other signs seek validation. Capricorn seeks alignment. It's why Capricorns are often old souls, their wisdom isn't taught. It's remembered. The mountain goat climbs alone, but it sees what the herd never will. In solitude, Capricorn doesn't get lonely, it gets wise. It hears the ancestors. It senses the pattern. It prepares. Life lesson: don't mistake your isolation for punishment. It's a sacred initiation. Wrap up OF Part 1, the stone that cannot be moved. These 5 powers aren't loud. They don't scream. They don't sparkle. But they're the reason Capricorn rises when others fall. Patience gives timing. Endurance gives strength. Responsibility gives purpose. Focus gives direction. Solitude gives wisdom. Together, they form the bedrock. Without this foundation, no divine legacy can be built. And this is just the beginning. Which of these 5 powers have you felt the strongest or struggled with the most? Comment your birth date below and say, I carry the foundation. Subscribe to Zodiac Secrets Revealed. Because in the next part, we'll uncover the 5 leadership powers Capricorn awakens to not just build a life, but to govern destiny itself. Part 2. The 5 leadership powers of Capricorn, built to govern destiny. Capricorn does not rise to lead because it wants attention. It rises because it must. After developing the 5 foundation powers, patience, endurance, sacred responsibility, unshakable focus, and wisdom in solitude, Capricorn receives something far rarer. The right to lead. Not with noise. Not with pride. But with the quiet weight of earned authority. These next 5 divine powers explain why Capricorn is entrusted with great responsibility, often from a young age. Because when these awaken, Capricorn becomes not just a survivor of time, but a master of it. Let's begin. Talent 6, authority rooted in respect. Capricorn does not demand respect. It earns it. While some chase authority through charm or dominance, Capricorn builds trust through consistency. Over time. Through storms. In silence. This is the kind of presence that others instinctively follow, not because they're told to, but because they feel safer when Capricorn is in the room. You don't question a mountain. You trust its stability. Capricorn is that mountain. Its authority does not rise overnight. It is sculpted slowly, through right action repeated again and again. And when it stands, it needs no introduction. Life lesson: leadership isn't about titles. It's about who people trust when things fall apart. Talent 7, building structures that outlive you. Capricorn has always been the architect of the eternal. It is the builder not only of homes or businesses, but of systems, legacies, institutions, and families that endure. This is not a personality quirk. It's a soul calling. Capricorn is here to create what will still stand long after it's gone. Whether it's designing generational wealth, launching a mission, creating a tradition, or founding a vision, this sign carries the blueprint. Capricorn sees what will last, and it builds it with steady hands, even when no one is watching. Real example, Martin Luther King Jr., a Capricorn, built for a world he would never fully live to see. But the structures of change he set in motion continue to echo through time. Life lesson: build what will still matter a century from now, even if you never get the credit. Talent 8. Strategic foresight. Capricorn is not reactive. It is strategic. This divine gift allows it to see not just the next move, but the entire board. Others may rush. Capricorn waits, watches, plans. This is not fear. It's precision. Capricorn sees patterns in chaos. It listens to time. It calculates consequences. This is why so many Capricorns seem serious. It's not because they don't feel. It's because they've already seen where careless emotion leads. Capricorn doesn't just act. It chooses with clarity and foresight. Life lesson: vision is not always loud. Sometimes it looks like silence, study, and preparation. Talent 9. Emotional restraint as inner mastery. Capricorn feels deeply, but it does not react impulsively. Why? Because it knows that emotions are sacred, powerful, and dangerous when unchecked. This restraint is not emotional coldness. It is emotional maturity. Capricorn knows when to speak, when to pause, when to stay silent. And that's what makes it trustworthy in moments of chaos. True strength is the ability to feel and still choose wisdom. Ancient mystery schools taught that mastery begins within. Before you lead others, you must govern yourself. Capricorn was born to do exactly that. Life lesson: just because you are calm doesn't mean you are unaffected. It means you've chosen peace over reaction. Talent 10. Integrity under divine law. Capricorn does not fear karma. It walks with it. Saturn, Capricorn's ruler, is the guardian of cause and effect. This makes Capricorn deeply sensitive to alignment. This sign intuitively knows, what is built in truth will stand. What is built in deception will eventually fall. Integrity isn't a virtue for Capricorn, it's a law. And because of this, Capricorn may face tests of temptation, shortcuts, or unethical gains. But when this power awakens, the choice becomes clear. No success is worth the collapse of the soul. Capricorn knows the difference between influence and legacy, between winning and being worthy. Life lesson: the universe will give more to the one it trusts to carry it. Walk clean, and you walk powerful. Wrap up OF Part 2, the quiet force that shapes worlds. These 5 powers transform Capricorn from a solitary climber into a silent leader. Authority rooted in trust. Structures that outlive trends. Foresight that sees beyond the present. Emotional mastery under pressure. And unwavering integrity under divine law. Capricorn doesn't need to be the loudest in the room, because it already knows it's building the room everyone else will meet in one day. This is why Capricorns often find themselves in roles they didn't seek: advisor, stabilizer, protector. Because their soul remembers, the world needs leaders who are not addicted to power, but aligned with purpose. But Capricorn's journey doesn't end with leadership. Because true power is not only gained through vision, but through fire. And that's where we go next. The next 5 divine powers of Capricorn are only awakened through hardship, through loss, through failure, through the sacred fire that tests the soul before it blesses it. These are the alchemy talents, the ones no one can teach you. You have to survive them to understand them. Comment below. Which of these 5 leadership powers are awakening in your life now? Write your birth date and the words, "I lead with legacy." And subscribe to Zodiac Secrets Revealed. Because in the next chapter, you'll discover why Capricorn's most powerful gifts are born in the shadows, and why the pain you've lived through was never random. It was sacred. Part 3. The 5 alchemy powers of Capricorn, gifts earned through sacred struggle. Capricorn does not ask for struggle, but it understands what few dare to accept. Some gifts can only be unlocked when everything falls apart. There are powers buried so deep in the soul, they remain dormant until the outer world collapses. until success is stripped, until identity is shaken, until silence and surrender are the only companions left. And it is in that sacred fire that Capricorn forges its most rare, most dangerous, and most powerful gifts. These next 5 divine talents cannot be taught. They are earned. They are the hidden inheritance of a soul built to survive storms. Let's begin. Talent 11, transforming pain into strength. Pain breaks most people. But for Capricorn, pain becomes a forge. When the heartbreak hits, when the betrayal lands, when the losses pile up, something strange happens. Capricorn doesn't collapse. It calcifies. Not into numbness, but into power. This is not the strength of muscle. This is the strength of soul. The ability to walk through devastation and still rise, clearer, stronger, more precise. In Capricorn, pain is not an end. It's a reshaping. It becomes the raw material for wisdom, direction, and focus. And that is why life often sends Capricorn more pain early on. It's not cruelty. It's training. Life lesson: you weren't given pain because you were weak. You were given pain because you were capable of alchemizing it into power. Talent 12, turning failure into wisdom. Capricorn is no stranger to failure. Setbacks, delays, doors slammed shut, dreams collapsing. But here's the difference. Capricorn doesn't view failure as shame. It studies it. It extracts the lesson. It makes failure work for the future. Others try to forget what went wrong. Capricorn documents it like a sacred manuscript. It doesn't fear falling. It fears falling without learning. That's why Capricorns often reach success later in life, not because they were behind, but because they were mastering what others rushed through. Real example: Oprah Winfrey, Capricorn ascendant, was fired from her first TV job. Labeled unfit for television. She didn't disappear. She restructured. And eventually, she didn't just find success, she redefined it. Life lesson: your failures weren't failures. They were rehearsals for your true role. Talent 13, harnessing ambition as sacred fire. Ambition is often seen as dangerous, greedy, ego-driven. And for many signs, it is. But in Capricorn, ambition undergoes purification. It shifts from what can I take, to what can I build. This talent transforms ambition into a holy fire. A driving force not to conquer for the self, but to construct something that serves the world. Capricorn doesn't want status. It wants significance. And that's why its ambition endures where ego-based hunger burns out. In Capricorn, the mountain is not a trophy. It's an altar. Life lesson: true ambition isn't about reaching the top. It's about having something worth rising for. Talent 14, persistence beyond obstacles. Many begin. Few finish. Capricorn finishes. When others give up, pivot, or complain, Capricorn persists. Not from stubbornness. From sacred consistency. There's something divine about a soul who can stay the course when the path is slow, uncertain, or unrewarding. Capricorn knows that destiny doesn't respond to speed. It responds to loyalty, to effort repeated in silence. Others burn out trying to sprint to the summit. Capricorn climbs. One ledge. One rock. One breath at a time. And when the world sees the finished temple, it assumes it was luck. But Capricorn knows the truth. It was built in the dark, when no one believed, and no one clapped. Life lesson: what you build in silence will eventually speak louder than those who doubted it. Talent 15, humility before divine order. This is perhaps Capricorn's most surprising gift. After all the strength, all the strategy, all the success, comes humility. Not the performance of modesty, but the soul-deep recognition that even the strongest among us is subject to something greater. Capricorn knows that time, death, karma, and spirit are forces no human can control. And that is why it bows, not in defeat, but in wisdom. Capricorn does not need to prove. It needs to align. It surrenders not from weakness, but from understanding that all power must flow from source, not self. In ancient wisdom schools, this humility was the final gate. The moment where the initiate, having acquired every tool, released the ego. and became worthy of holding divine energy. Life lesson: humility isn't about shrinking. It's about opening yourself to be trusted by something greater. Wrap up OF Part 3, The Soul Forged in Fire. These 5 powers are not born in joy. They are carved through fire, loss, silence, and recovery. But in that carving, Capricorn becomes what no other sign can: an alchemist. Not just a leader, not just a builder, but a transmuter of pain into power, failure into wisdom, ambition into service, effort into endurance, and power into humility. And that is why Capricorn stands apart. Because its true strength is never visible in the beginning. It's revealed in the middle when most would quit. So if you're in that dark place now, if you're tired, tested, or rebuilding, don't forget who you are. You are not lost. You are being forged. Comment below. Which of these 5 alchemy powers has life awakened in you? Type your birth date and say, "I rise through the fire." And make sure you're subscribed. Because next, we uncover the final 5 divine powers, the sacred gifts that connect Capricorn not just to this world, but to the spiritual realm beyond it. The powers of cosmic cycles, ancestral memory, soul continuity, and divine initiation. The highest purpose of the Capricorn soul. Part 4, the 5 spiritual ascension powers of Capricorn, carriers of the gate of the gods. Capricorn was never just about discipline, or ambition, or leadership. Those were simply the tools it used in the world. But the truth is far deeper. Capricorn is the threshold. It is the last earth sign before spirit returns to sky. It is the ancient gate where time and soul intersect. It is the point where the material and the mystical meet. And only those who have endured the fire can be entrusted with the final keys. These next 5 divine talents are not about success. They are about sacred service. Not to society, not even to legacy, but to the soul's contract with eternity. Let's begin. Talent 16, Mastery of Cycles, Karma, and Time. Capricorn's ruler, Saturn, is not simply the teacher. It is the keeper of the wheel. This talent gives Capricorn a profound awareness of the cyclical nature of life. Where others see linear events, beginnings, endings, wins, losses, Capricorn sees patterns. It remembers that everything comes back. That karma is real. That nothing is ever wasted. This mastery is why Capricorn often seems old or wise beyond their years. They've seen this before. In this life, or in another. Capricorn knows when to act and when to wait. When to speak and when to allow karma to speak louder. This is not prediction. It's alignment. It's the ability to move when the cycle is right, and to remain still when it is not. Life lesson: you are not late. You are not early. You are moving in rhythm with the sacred wheel. Talent 17, Connection to ancestral wisdom. Capricorn carries the past. Not just personal memory, but ancestral memory. This talent awakens when Capricorn begins to feel that strange, heavy sense of responsibility not just for self, but for family, lineage, culture. It's not in your imagination. It's encoded in your soul. Capricorn is one of the few signs that often inherits unspoken spiritual contracts. To heal what wasn't healed. To protect what was lost. To finish what others were too afraid to begin. In ancient societies, Capricorns were often the tribal elders, the protectors of sacred law, the guardians of memory. Their role wasn't to move fast, it was to move with weight. To remember what others forgot. Life lesson: if you feel like you're carrying more than just your life, you are. And that's not a burden. It's a spiritual trust. Talent 18, Soul Memory of Past Lives. Capricorn is often called an old soul. But this isn't just a poetic phrase. Capricorn truly remembers. Whether through déjà vu, instinct, dreams, or strange emotional responses, this sign holds impressions from other lifetimes. This is the divine gift of soul memory. It is the reason Capricorn may feel drawn to ancient architecture, classical music, or structures of the past. It's why some Capricorns seem deeply uncomfortable in chaotic, modern systems. They've seen civilizations rise and fall before. They know the feeling of collapse and of rebirth. This memory is not always conscious, but when activated, it becomes a compass. It whispers, "You've been here before. You already know the way through." Life lesson: the clarity you're seeking isn't always in the future. It's often waiting for you in your own soul's past. Talent 19, vision of collective destiny. Capricorn doesn't dream small. This divine talent gives Capricorn an unusual gift, the ability to sense where the world is going. Not in a prophetic sense, but in a structural, societal sense. While other signs dream of individual purpose, Capricorn often finds itself pulled toward larger systems, government, law, education, infrastructure, spiritual leadership. It sees how the pieces fit, how the future is formed, and how current dysfunctions will lead to collapse if not corrected. This is why so many Capricorns are drawn to leadership even if they don't seek it. Their soul carries the blueprint of stability, and when they align with it, they become architects of the collective future. Life lesson: if your visions feel too big, that's the point. You weren't born to build for one life. You were born to build for generations. Talent 20, initiator into divine truth. This final power is the most sacred of all. Capricorn is not just the end of the Zodiac's material arc, it is the gate of the gods. In ancient astrology, it was believed that souls entered the physical world through Cancer and exited toward the divine through Capricorn. This means that Capricorn is the initiator, the one who tests others, confronts illusions, breaks false identities, and awakens the soul to truth. It's why Capricorn's lessons feel hard, why their presence can trigger others, why their standards seem uncompromising. It's not cruelty, it's calibration. Capricorn doesn't motivate, it initiates. It doesn't soften the message, it delivers it clean. Because only those who are ready to ascend can walk through the gate. And Capricorn is the gatekeeper. Life lesson: you are not here to please everyone. You are here to awaken those who are ready. And that may require truth, fire, and firm love. Wrap up OF Part 4, the threshold between worlds. These 5 powers are not flashy. They are not meant for everyone. They are reserved for the few who have endured the climb, and they are given only to those who can be trusted with the soul's passage into light. Capricorn is that soul, master of time, carrier of ancestral memory, holder of past life echoes, builder of collective future, initiator into divine truth. This is why Capricorn often feels misunderstood, heavy, or distant. Not because it lacks feeling, but because it's operating on a different assignment. And when these 5 powers activate, Capricorn doesn't just live well. It lives in alignment with eternity. Comment below. Which of these 5 spiritual powers have awakened within you? Write your birth date and say, "I am walking the divine path." And stay close, because in the final part of this series, we'll pull everything together. The 20 talents, the soul's journey, and the one truth the ancients knew, that the climb of Capricorn was never just for the world to see. It was always for the soul to remember. Part 5, the completion: why only Capricorn carries all 20 powers, and what it means for your soul's mission. Let's pause for a moment. You've walked with me through all 4 stages. The foundations, the leadership, the fire, and the divine. And as we arrive here at the summit, a single, silent question begins to echo. Why Capricorn? Why is it only Capricorn that carries all 20 of these powers, when every other sign carries only a handful? Why was your path harder? Why was your pressure greater? Why did you feel the weight so early, and for so long? The answer is both humbling and holy, because Capricorn is not just a sign. It is a rite of passage. It is the soul's test, the cosmic crucible. And only those who are ready to carry light into shadow, structure into chaos, and eternity into time, are entrusted with all 20. Let's be clear. Every zodiac sign carries beauty. Every archetype has a role. But only Capricorn walks the entire journey, from earth to fire to sky, from survival to service to sacred initiation. The ancients knew. In ancient astrology, there were 2 gates. The gate of birth in Cancer, where souls entered the material world, and the gate of the gods in Capricorn, where souls returned to the divine, tested and tempered. This means that Capricorn is not just the end of the cycle. It's the completion of a soul's karmic mission. It's the sign of graduation. That is why your road has been lonely. That is why the mountain was steep. That is why your victories often came late, and your trials came early. Because you weren't being punished. You were being proven. Capricorn doesn't ascend quickly. It ascends completely. Why the 20 talents were given to you. You were entrusted with these powers because the universe knew you could hold them. Patience was given because time would try to test you. Endurance was given because storms would not spare you. Sacred responsibility was given because others would collapse if you didn't carry the weight. Focus, solitude, and authority were entrusted because distraction would destroy legacies. Emotional mastery and integrity were sealed into your soul because power without purity is poison. And finally, soul memory, vision for the collective, the ability to initiate others into truth. These were given not just for your path, but for the souls you were meant to awaken. You are not only climbing for yourself, you are climbing for your family line, for the ones who came before you and never finished the journey, and for the ones who will come after you, looking for proof that the climb is worth it. You are the living bridge. You are the keeper of memory, the builder of structure, the breaker of karmic chains, the architect of divine timing. You are Capricorn. If you've ever wondered why you've felt so out of place, why you've had to grow up too early, hold back tears too long, or stay composed when all you wanted to do was fall apart, understand this. It's because your soul is old. Your soul is wise. Your soul was called to remember what the world forgot. And now, as the age changes, and the world searches for stability, truth, and grounded leadership, your powers are awakening. Not because you're finally ready, but because the world finally needs what you've always carried. The final truth, Capricorn's sacred paradox. Capricorn was never here to fit in. It was here to hold the structure of what's real, while illusions fell. It was here to build the bridge across lifetimes while others ran in circles. It was here to stand in silence, while the crowd screamed. Because in that silence, in that pressure, in that climb, something sacred awakens. The soul remembers that it was never walking alone. It was walking with Saturn at its back, with ancestors in its bones, with cosmic timing in its breath. Capricorn is the final gate, the divine initiator, the proof that struggle is not the opposite of destiny, it is the path into it. Call to action. So if you are Capricorn, or if Capricorn lives powerfully in your birth chart, remember this. You were not cursed with burden. You were trusted with legacy. Your delays were divine. Your silence was sacred. Your resilience is not normal. It's evidence that your soul has done this before. Now it is time to rise, to step forward, to let the 20 divine talents awaken fully in your life, to stop apologizing for your seriousness, your solitude, your strength, your standards, and instead to walk as the one you've always been, a guardian of time, a builder of divine legacy, a soul shaped by fire, and crowned by eternity. Final words. Type in the comments. I carry all 20. I am Capricorn. I remember. Comment your birth date, and share what resonated most with your soul. Subscribe to Zodiac Secrets Revealed, because your soul's next chapter is beginning. And this is just the opening of the gate.